Dungeon Masters of Reddit, what is the most useless magical item you've ever given your party and how did they use it? I used to love making magical items that were off the wall. I felt like the game's items didn't reflect the silly stuff someone would make if they had the time and manic attention to detail. There's a devil called a Chiton. It's a chain-wrapped, chain-swinging, freaky pain-loving Hellraiser type. My party fought one in a dungeon. He's wearing a unique amulet that makes chain. You place a piece of chain on the surface, and the amulet starts slowly, magically, generating a chain of the same dimensions. It only makes 10 feet a day, but over time you could make a few gold selling mundane chain. I just thought it was thematic and interesting. The party left the dungeon, went to town, found a smith, and poured their entire life savings into making 2 links of solid gold chain that would make Flava Flav weep. I gave one of my players a delicious magical sandwich that regenerated itself each day as long as you didn't eat the crust. It didn't offer any benefits when you ate it, it was just an infinite sandwich. That sandwich became a character in and of itself. The amount of time that was spent talking about the sandwich, its contents, the flavor, etc. was crazy. Every player described how their character would ogle the sandwich whenever it was brought out. That character is gone for now, but she kept that sandwich right up until retirement. She spends her time in Candlekeep Library, devouring knowledge and also the sandwich. I had a magical red rubber duck. Gave it to the party as a joke item because they kept asking for weird shit. Not one of them chose to identify it. It was an artifact-level rubber duck. Once it was part of your inventory, it would never leave unless it wanted to. It had wisdom and intelligence of 28, sentience and could be attuned. Nobody learnt that it was probably the most powerful item in my game. My party has been carrying around a wand of disguise self they found in a magic store bargain bin for over a year, and hasn't used it yet. Except that's not actually what it is, hence why it was in the bargain bin. It's actually a wand of disguise elf, which once a day can summon an incorporeal elven servant to carry out a simple task for you. I was so happy with myself for coming up with that one, and so sad they've never even tried to use it, so the pun goes unheard forever. My infamous Horn of Resounding Quacks was a hit. Summon any duck within a half-mile radius of the person using it. The party never went hungry after that. Edit, for clarification, it was indeed a call to any and all ducks within the half-mile radius, but it wasn't a matter of instant teleportation. The ducks have to travel, but do so willingly, answering the call of the horn. Not me as a DM, but early in 3E days my friend's older brother was DMing a game for my friends, my sister and me. One of the items we got was rolled on the random table was a gust of wind fan. It was exactly what it sounds like. Wave it, creates a powerful enough gust of wind to propel a boat and possibly rips itself to tatters. Threw it in the pack and forgot about it. A few sessions later we're defending a town from waves of invaders. The final boss is a Cyclops or an Etten or something. Big bruiser, we see it approaching with enough time to prepare for its arrival. My sister asks us to all use our healing potions, then give her the glass vials, which we do. Then she turns to the DM and calmly explains how she takes the vials with her up a guard tower. She smashes and grinds them up, waits for an opportune time, then uses the fan to blow a gust of powdered glass particles into the Etten's eyes. The look on this man's face. A cross between holy shit that's awesome, I'm so happy a story like this is in my campaign world now, and fuck, this boss was supposed to be difficult. In a game I am in currently, our DM gave us a flask of endless water. It can produce water in a trickle, a flood, or deluge that shoots 30 gallons of water in one turn. Our cleric has just fallen from a bridge over a chasm, and through clever bullshitting our sorcerer has managed to catch the falling cleric with a web spell. As we are all racking our brains to figure out a way to save them, our cleric pulls out the flask and uses the water cannon mode to propel herself back onto the bridge using the web strands as a fulcrum. Once my party got a huge beautiful magic sword which was improperly identified as a sword of ogre slaying. Instead, it was a cursed sword of ogre saying. Whoever wielded it would only be able to yell ogre at things. Several adventures later they were attempting to catch a thief who was evading them. They came up with the brilliant idea of setting the sword as bait, and just going about their business. Sure enough, sometime later they heard ogre 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 ring out through the town and they caught him without consequence. One of my one-shot campaigns had all players at 8th level, so I wanted to give them magical items but not too OP. So one of my monk players wanted a decanter of endless water, so I changed it to a homebrew version, where it didn't do the stream, fountain, or geyser things but instead it would pour endless alcoholic beverages. He could make the decanter fill with mojitos or margaritas or a Heineken, whatever, but only to get drunk. I thought it was harmless and fine, until I realized he selected the way of the drunken master and got drunk on command anywhere and everywhere. It was quite fun. I'm writing a new one shot and I might take some ideas from this post too.